What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Andrew coming at y'all with another video. And so today, what I'm gonna do is I'm basically gonna be rewiring pretty much all of my electrical. I've already redid my big three. Y'all can see a video on that. I'll link it in the description. I did that last week. And now what I'm about to do is let me get back here real quick. Let me flip the camera real quick. Don't mind the mess, but I'm gonna be rerunning my main power wire. See, this is the old CCA wire. It's running all the way back here, and I'm gonna redo all my grounds as well. And what I'm redoing it with is that full tilt audio right there. That's 100% OFC copper wire, so it's gonna have a little bit better current. It'll be able to get more current through the wire. And there's 0 gauge, of course, but all that red wire you see right there, that's gonna go and going to be replaced with the old one. I mean, with the new one. I was thinking about trying to run 2 power wires, but it might be difficult because I'm having trouble finding where I want to make a new hole. I might just drill a new hole out, but I didn't really want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this sub out so I can get more room. So I want to relocate my battery right here. See if y'all can show y'all. Not really, but the battery's all the way up here behind the sub, but I want to relocate it right here so it's a little bit cleaner when I let the seats down. Actually, let me show y'all that real quick. So here's why I really want to redo all my wiring, because everything looks like that. So all that red is going to be gone. I'm going to relocate that battery over to the corner so all this wire won't be all jumbled up in one spot. And I'm also, let me show y'all one other thing I'm gonna do. Let me go around the car. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I was doing a little maintenance on my car, just redo some spark plugs. But what I'm gonna do, I can make this its own video to be honest. But I had bought these, I guess you would call them reducers. Hold on, let me open this thing real quick. So these right here are the reducers I was talking about. I'm not sure exactly if this is what you call it, but I'll link them in the bio from Amazon so where you can pick it up. So basically, if your amp only has one set of 0 gauge going in for the power and then one set for the ground, and you want to get the most out of your subwoofer, I mean, not subwoofer, amplifier, you want to get one of these. So basically what that is you can put 2 runs of 0 gauge and plug it into your amp and still have it looking clean. So got these, they're pretty cheap. And this is pretty much essential for a lot of amplifiers that don't have dual inputs, like a lot of Terra amps. I've seen a lot of those only have a single input for each power and ground. So I'm gonna be doing this for the bass amp because that's where most of the current is being drawn anyway. I don't really care much about the 4-channel as of right now. Maybe I will in a little bit, but I went ahead and bought me some more copper lugs because I was running out of them. And these are the ones you want to get. You don't want to get them cheap ones that look kind of like goldish looking. This is real copper, heavy duty copper. Link that in the bio as well. Pretty cheap for 25 of these because I know I'm gonna use a lot just because I got the isolator and I want to do 2 runs from the secondary battery and all that. So went ahead and got me a big pack of that. So like I said earlier, what I'm doing right now is removing this old power wire. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then after I remove it, I'm gonna lay it out on the ground and measure it out so I can get a perfect amount, because I want to save as much of this as possible. So if I need to use some more in the future, I still have a lot left. So that's what I'm doing right now. So went ahead and pulled up the carpet because I had the power wire running under the carpet. So I'm gonna go ahead and detach it from the battery right here. If you see any stuff that you interested in looking at, like these terminals, got these from Amazon as well. Pretty much everything I got here is from Amazon. I can link it in the bio. Anyways, gonna go ahead and disconnect this and I'll get back with y'all in a second. All right, so I got it unhooked from this. This is what I like about this, because you don't have to undo everything. All you gotta do is unscrew one of these and you can take out one thing at a time instead of having to do it all at once, like how I used to be able. Like how I used to have all of these under that one terminal. So I had to take off the whole terminal just to get one of them. But now that it's like this, I can do it individually. but I am gonna reuse this fuse. I think this is a 250 amp fuse. I'm probably gonna end up making it, switching it out for a bigger one, because what I'm going for is eventually I want to put a 5K on my system, and it might blow if I have this. So might end up replacing that, but I'm probably just gonna leave it alone for now. One thing I did want to show y'all while I'm taking out this power wire is where I'm going into the firewall, because I know if you got a Honda Civic like me, sometimes it might be hard to find the grommet that'll go straight through the firewall. But I didn't do this one. I probably would have used, there's one over on this side that I can show y'all later, but I didn't run this power wire, so I'm just showing y'all where they put it. But right back in there, you can see there's a little hole right there. I think that hole is already there. I don't think they drilled that themselves, whoever installed this, but I'm gonna be taking this out and putting the new one into the same hole. So I just want to show y'all where that is. So run all the way back there, and you see where that red is. That's where I'm taking it out, and I can show y'all that in here as well. Where is it? All the way over to the right, actually. So right in there is where I'm going to be taking this one out and putting a new one in. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it all the way out. So here's a better view of why I want to rewire all this, because as you see, all of them red 0 gauges are coming off of that battery, and since it's right in the middle, it just looks ugly. I know my cable management is horrible, and I do want to fix that. A lot of the wires I just had extra long because I knew I was going to redo it anyway, so that's going to be fixed. But now that I got the power wire out, I'm going to start disconnecting stuff and measuring out the wire and going ahead and trying to clean everything up. I'm over here huffing and puffing because got that sub out. It's actually kind of crazy how big this thing is and how much trunk space I actually have when I do take it out. It's just like, dang, I've been missing all this trunk space. But hey, it's worth it, y'all. It's worth every penny. I love me some bass, y'all. So as y'all can see, I got that secondary battery unhooked, and this is kind of the idea I was going for. So I wanted to put the battery right here, maybe drill a hole in this carpet and run all the wire that comes off of this behind this, and maybe under that little carpet right there, and coming out into the amps. So that's my idea. I have to kind of play around with it, see where I want, how long I want the wires and all that, but pretty much everything is taken out. So I'm probably just gonna go ahead and start removing stuff now, and probably in the morning where I can see better, because it's pitch black outside. I'm gonna probably restart in the morning, but that's the idea. So I'm gonna get back with y'all in a second, y'all. And one other thing, I have a question about if any of y'all can answer this in the comment section. So I have an isolator. I bought this originally because this is an AGM, and I did have a lead acid in the front as my main battery. But now that I have both AGMs in the front and in the back, do I even really need this anymore? Because I never play my music when the car is off. Never, ever, ever. So it's just like, is this pretty much pointless? Y'all let me know though. I might just keep it just cause, maybe for a safety measure. I don't know, but maybe I'll just keep it. But is it really necessary in my case, since I never play music with the car off? Y'all let me know in the comments. All right, so I'm just showing y'all the grounds that I'm gonna end up redoing. These little extra grounds right here, I didn't do. So I'm gonna wanna try to see if I can clean this up. Y'all let me know, do y'all prefer this type of ground or a ground like this where it's just like a solid bolt? Y'all let me know. But I really just recording just to remember where because I want to use the same ground holes, but I am just going to make the grounds tighter and more secure. But these how we looking. So what I'm going to do for my voice amp, I'm going to have one ground, which is this one. And then for my bass amp, I'm going to have a separate ground. But with the bass amp, since I'm going to have 2 runs, I'm going to put both runs into the same hole. I think that's the best way to do it. Y'all let me know. And after that, I think what else? I have to run another ground from down here all the way to the secondary battery. And actually, what I might do, I have heard a lot of people do this. I'm not sure if it's the right way to do it, is to ground your secondary battery and then put all your grounds from your amps directly to the negative on the battery post back there. I'm finna look more into that and see if that's a better choice to do. So if y'all have any knowledge on that, y'all let me know, because I am somewhat new to this. Like, I've been installing stuff in my car for a while, but I'm trying to do everything the right way. So a lot of the stuff that I had been doing might have not been in the right way in the past. So I'm just trying to learn, like all y'all. So I help you, you help me. We learn together, you feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and try to disconnect some of this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and go ahead and start putting new wires in. Also, before I went to bed, I also did want to see if this was gonna work, because I know sometimes that this right here is a little bit too big to fit in that hole. So we're about to do the first test fit, and I'll see. Let's see, is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Hold on, let me unscrew a little bit more, and it looks like it fits. So as y'all see, this is what I meant by being able to put 2 runs of 0 gauge into only 1 input. So that way you're gonna get the most power as possible out of your amplifier. You're getting 2 runs from it, especially if they're short runs. Like, it'd be best to, if say you have a secondary battery, is to have the runs as short as possible, because the shorter the runs are, the more amperage you're gonna be able to get into your amplifier. So I'm glad that that fits. So once I get all the new wire in, this 3K right here should be outputting a little more. I still haven't got the alternator yet. I have went ahead and ordered the McMahon. I only got a 240 because I really didn't feel like I needed too much, because I am planning on getting lithium in the back anyway. So this will be perfect once I get that McMahon in. It comes in next week, so stay tuned probably on next Saturday for that. But just wanted to show y'all this before I end up putting everything together. All right, so today is the next day. Sun's out, obviously. But first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and start running the new power wire with that green wire. And I'm gonna be putting my fuse block right here, because it's always said that it's good to have your fuse holder within 18 inches of your battery, and it could be as close as you want it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have it a little short run right here, the fuse, and then the long run going all the way back to the isolator. And like I've mentioned in other videos, whenever you crimping like these real heavy duty copper tunnels, you always want to use a hydraulic crimper. I've also heard that them hammer crimpers work well too, but this is what I have. I can link link to it in the bio from Amazon, but I use it so much, it's very handy. It makes crimping 0 gauge so much easier, y'all. I measured out the length of the power wire that I needed, just so I'm not using too much. I'll probably add an extra foot onto that, like just for reassurance. But if y'all was wondering like how much power wire it takes to run like a coupe like this, from the main battery all the way to the back, that right there is about 15 feet. So if you got a sedan, probably closer to 20. But I say 17, 18 is a good ballpark if you're trying to get an idea of how much you need just for your power wire. So as you can see, I'm running it around the same path that it had with the original. And I'm just trying to stick it through that hole, push enough in there so I can grab it from the engine bay. Y'all can see, I'm all up in here deep in this engine, boy, trying to pull this thing out. All right, so I got it high enough. Hold on, I need to pull some more wire in here. So I hadn't cut it yet, because I want to make sure that I'm cutting the right length, because I'm gonna save as much wire as I can. Y'all, so I got it routed basically how it used to be. I have it running around the back just so it's not getting as hot, because the engine is right here. And I might put some heat protection maybe around back there. We'll see. But this is where I got it zip tied, so it's in there good. But basically, yeah, this is the power wire. I might in the future end up running a secondary power wire from the front, but we'll see. Might not need to do that. So got it routed. just gotta zip tie. You can't even see it, but just gotta zip tie it so it's out of the way and clean, and put it under the carpet how it was and run it all the way back to there. So I pretty much got it tucked. Got it run all the way back behind this and all the way up to where I want to put the isolator. I'm gonna end up putting the isolator right under this amplifier just so it's out of the way and have more trunk space. So I'm gonna do that in a second too. This was the isolator I was talking about, and I'm thinking about just putting it like mounting it right under that amp like that. So when I close it, it'll still be out of the way of where the subwoofer will be. But now I'm trying to tackle all this speaker wire because I have a wire coming from this 8-inch mid-bass speaker right here. I got a whole 4-channel, and I got the remote wire from that amp going to this one as well. They're all connected. So I'm trying to tidy up this because I have a whole lot of loose wire or like extra wire because I did know I was gonna redo all this, so I just left extra wire just so if in case I needed it later I could. So now I'm just going ahead and trying to cut some of this stuff because it's hard to see what I'm doing when there's so much wire here. So I'm gonna clean that up real quick as well. So I did a lot of stuff off camera, but basically what I did, don't judge me, I know this looks crazy, all this green wire and you don't see no black wire for negative. I didn't get a black roll, so all my negatives and my positives are gonna be the same color. I'll just know which is which. I just gotta make sure I put the right one in the right one, obviously. But basically what I did, I got 2 of the reducers going to my monoblock. Nothing's plugged up yet, but I got 2 runs from the for the positive going to the battery. I ended up just doing 2 runs from the negative to a ground down there that I'm about to make, because if I didn't ran it all the way back to here, I would have ran out of wire, which I already did. So with this amp right here, this is my 4-channel. I'm gonna have to use the old wires because I ran out of that whole 50-foot roll. I ran out because obviously all this is a lot. But I got this plug right here. It's going into the isolator, which I mounted right there. It was just screwed into the back of the box, but that's not really a clean look. That ain't either, but it's better than being screwed into the box in my opinion, because I am planning on selling them subwoofers because I want to get in some new ones anyways. But I'm doing this one first. That's gonna go to one side of the isolator. It doesn't really matter what side, just got to be consistent. So that's gonna go to that side of the isolator. That wire right there is coming from the front, from the main battery. That's gonna go to the other side of the isolator. There's a remote and a ground on the isolator that I've already ran down to tap into that remote, and then the negative is gonna be a negative under the seat, which I'll show y'all in a second. But right now, what I'm doing is just crimping all these. That's exactly why I got this many, because I knew I was gonna need a whole bunch of them. Just back here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna need 1, 2 right there, and then maybe probably about 3 or 4 to for grounds under the seat. So that's why I bought that. And then also, as y'all see, I have the fuses, because when you have a secondary battery, you want to run some fuses from the positive end close to that battery. Sorry, this bird is a lot of shit, but these 2 are going to be for my base. They're both 250 amps, so in total it's 500, because I am going to get the 5K eventually, so that'll be pretty good for it. And then I just got this, it says 300, but it's not 300 because I had to change off the fuse. That is a 200 amp fuse that's going to be going to that 4-channel right there. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all the fuses maybe like right here. And then I was thinking about like cutting holes and trying to make it look clean so you could hide all this, but I'm not sure how possible that's going to be with this thick of wire. So I might just leave that out maybe, or do some more trimming. But probably going to have the fuses either right here next to the battery, somewhere close. You always want to have the fuses closer to the battery than your amps, so if anything burns out, it's not going to burn out your amps. And then all that jazz. So you always want to have your fuses closer to your battery, so that's what I'm about to do. So stay tuned for that. All right, y'all, so the last thing I gotta do is put these grounds in, but I gotta go to Home Depot and get me some lock washers. I'll show y'all that in a second. And then other than that, let me go to the back. Not really sure if it's better than what it looked like before, if I'm being honest. But all that right there is just extra speaker wire for the subwoofers. I hadn't cut that yet, but I'm gonna try my best to like hide all this wire. I know when I put the subs in, you won't be able to see most of that anyway, but I am gonna try to tidy it up back here. So all these are done. They just gotta be hooked up to the battery, but that's the last thing I'm gonna do. And then that's really it, y'all. So stay tuned. All right, y'all, so I did a lot of stuff off camera, and as you can see, got the batteries and everything tied down, and it's better than it was, but it's still not great because I really didn't know where to put all them wires, just because it's like 4 runs of 0 gauge, so it's kind of hard to hide. Then of course on that side I ran out of the green, so we got red over there. So I got kind of like the Grinch, kind of like the whatchamacallit, Christmas theme going on right now. So it is what it is, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the subs in, and I'm gonna see if this made a difference at all. Obviously I still haven't got the alternator, so I am still limited on that alternator as far as voltage, but I think the dual runs should help a little bit. But especially when I get the alternator, I'll definitely be able to see a difference then. But let me show y'all what it looks like from up here. So decent, could be better. I'm gonna go ahead and put the subs back in. What's going on, y'all? So got everything plugged in how I wanted and all that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and demo and show y'all to see if I can tell the difference. And from what I've heard so far, I feel like I'm getting a little bit more power. Obviously my voltage is still boo-boo because my stock alternator only 70 amps, you feel me? But McMahon coming this week, I already ordered it. So stay tuned for a video about that probably in a week or so. But let's go ahead and demo. And you won't be able to tell on camera, but I'll show y'all the best I can is like how the bass is sounding now that I've did 2 runs with the little distribution block to the amp and running all full 10 to OFC all the way through the car. So let's go ahead and see what it sounds like, y'all. All right, so I'm gonna play a song real quick, and then I'm probably gonna close the door so y'all won't get copyrighted, but let's see. All right, y'all, so I don't know if y'all can tell the difference on camera, but my same amp is hitting harder for the same songs that I usually always play. I know exactly what they sound like, and it's bumping harder, y'all. So that's how to get more power out of your amps, y'all. So that being said, if y'all have any questions for me, let me know, put it in the comment section. Go ahead and like, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.